Well, we are here in Geneva. It's a remarkable place, actually. It's the wall of the reformers that you see here behind us. And you see there four of the great reformers that are especially important in the French-speaking world. There's Calvin, of course, that you see here on the second place. And then there are others. I don't go into the details. They are the reformers that lived in the 16th century, and there's one that I would like to share with you that has not such a prominent place here, but that was a German reformer, and that is very well known, and it is actually Martin Luther. And they actually put a stone here that I will show you now here, and that is in remembrance of this great man from Germany. Now Luther is the one that people have named the Lutheran Church after, because he insisted, of course, that we are saved through faith only, by grace, of course, and not by works, lest any man should boast, as we read in Ephesians chapter 2. But Luther also had some very concrete ideas with regard to the church. And you would be maybe surprised that he was not, and he would not have been happy to hear that the church, his church, so to speak, no, those who came out with him would now call the church after his name. And there is a very important quote that I would like to share with you, and I'm going to read it to you right now. He said, "First of all, I ask that you do not call my name and that you do not call yourself Lutheran but Christian." What is Luther? The doctrine isn't mine, so also was I crucified for no one. St. Paul did not want Christians to be called Paulic or Peterian, but Christians. How could I, poor stinking sack of maggots, come to the point that the disciples of Christ should be called by my unholy name? Not so, dear friends. Let us not use the partisan names, but call ourselves Christians, whose teaching we have. The Papists easily have a partisan name because they do not have enough with Christ's teaching and his name. They also want to be papal. So let her be papal, who is her master. I am and do not want to be anyone's master. I have the general teachings of Christ, who alone is our master. And this is found in a faithful exhortation to all Christians. It's a remarkable quote that really tells us something about how Luther was looking at this whole subject. So you see that we should be really careful when we use those denominational names. Luther was absolutely against using his name for a denomination. And there have been other denominations that have been forming around names of great leaders. I'm thinking of the Wesleyan Church after John Wesley, or the Wesley brothers. And so I think the point that I would like to make is very clear here, that we need to be very careful. Those leaders that God used in a mighty way, they were not at all in favor of using their names to make sectarian parties, to make churches of their own that would be like humanly organized, and also restraining that focus of the church worldwide. So may God encourage us to stick to biblical truth, to rethink church biblically, and to come back to that which was from the beginning.
Thanks for watching The Church Call. If you enjoyed our content, make sure to check out some of our other videos. We upload new content Thursdays and occasionally Tuesdays, so subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay tuned. To learn more about today's video or to ask a question, please leave a comment below. We do want this to be a God-honoring environment, so we ask for comments to be made in grace and truth to one another. God bless, and remember to rethink church biblically.